Hey, good morning, folks. This is Richard Kerr from Kota Kinabalu in North Borneo, Malaysian Borneo. Probably you have seen my earlier videos on the recent Pajero that I purchased, which is a white Pajero, also a V46, and I'm also working on trying to restore this vehicle. Not sure whether to go all out or to just do it maybe halfway and sell it. I have not fully decided just yet, but I'm also gonna take you through on the restoration and fixing progress on this vehicle. So just to give a bit of context, I own a V46 which I bought last November, and I've been documenting the restoration process for the last few months, and I did an overland journey with my two other friends just about 2 months ago. And along the way I discovered another Pajero, another V46, which is slightly newer as in 3 years newer compared to the other one. So this Pajero that you can see from here, it's a 1996 model V46, and overall it is actually slightly better condition, I might say, but again there's still a lot of things that also need to be fixed, because I believe this vehicle was used for 4x4 expedition or 4x4 journey by the previous owner. So now I'm just gonna do a walkthrough on some of the fixes that have been done, and what of the parts that have been replaced, and why I feel this is actually not such a bad Pajero. It's also going to be a good addition to what I have, and I'm a big fan of the second generation, of course. Not too keen to get the third generation or the fourth generation, but it depends how it's gonna be. So let's have a look. So this is the interior of this Pajero. Previously there was Android player here, and I did not like it, and of course I got this replaced, but that's actually broken. This was taken off from another Pajero. That's totally broken. Let's see if we can get the replacement for that. The watch, I mean the digital clock, was also broken, so I managed to get it from the other Pajero that I bought for as spare parts. You can see the video titled The Hero Pajero, and it had the slightly later version of the AC panel, but for some reason it wasn't so clear, and the display was very dim. So since I had this from the other Pajero as well, so I might as well just use this for a while. And this one here was the previous Android player, but I did not like this, and we just temporarily put this here to just block it off, this big hole. So I was able to get the old version of the tape player, and once it's arrived from Japan I'm gonna get that replaced and just fill this up, so to make it look better. But overall this is how it looks like on the dashboard. The steering wheel was previously the sporty steering wheel. I did not like it at all, so I managed to get this steering a couple of months ago just as a spare. It's not the best looking steering, I mean the best condition. As you can see, there's here, there's a bit of defects here and there, but at least it maintains the original Pajero look. So hopefully, yeah, I mean this is nice. I mean for driving it feels nice, and the steering feel good as you drive it. But yeah, so it's a replacement of the other thing. So one thing I also noticed is on this one here, the fuel sensor seems to work even you put the vehicle on a lock position. So that's, I think I've noticed that with some Japanese cars, especially in the 90s, that you can actually look at the fuel level without actually turning the vehicle on. So this is the visor. So the visor has Japanese instructions here. I think it's related to the airbag. So this one is nice. I believe this has been replaced with an LED version. From the way I could look at it, this is LED. The sunroof is supposed to work. I have not tried it. Already replaced this. This is normally the standard ones that goes really faded after a few years. This was replaced as well. So for some reason the right hand side, it's so difficult to get. So that is still the old one. This is already faded. Everything else seems to work. The power window, I think it works properly. That's already worn out. But overall, I think it's in the interior, it is slightly better than my first Pajero. I like the split seat, so you can put your stuff. If you have a longer item, you can still have the other person sitting there. So this is good. This is how it looks like from the outside. When I first got it, it had a ugly looking spot wheels. So got this replaced as well. Got this replaced with the original Pajero wheels, and I quite like this design. So this came at a later time, I think about 95 or 96, mostly fitted with the wide body model, but it also looks quite nice on this one here. So for this, it's very hard to get. So Almer is my nephew who's been helping me with the Pajero repairs and everything here in Kota Kinabalu. So he was able to get it from somebody. So technically it was a swap, but we had to add a little bit of money to get that. So it looks nice now. The tires were also recently replaced. So this is a Chinese brand, 265/70 R16, and if you can see from this, quite a nice wheel, but of course it's not a perfect condition, not a perfect quality, but it's affordable. But you can see like this one here, so you won't see this in a good brands, right? But at least this is good enough for city drive. We also fixed the suspension system, change all these parts, and just did the alignment last night, so it drives slightly better now. But for some reason there's still a bit of noise with the suspension, so really not sure what else that needs to be fixed. But overall it's much cleaner from the way I look at it. Much cleaner, much better than my first Pajero. So from now onwards, I'm going to call this my second Pajero and the other one as the first Pajero. I got this tire cover here. Of course this is not the genuine one. You can get it cheap now. Ugly. This was from the previous seller or previous owner, and this one was also replaced. This is an extra that I bought before. It's supposed to go for my first Pajero, but it has some defects here. If you can see, probably not sure what happened here. So I did not decide to use this. So got this replaced also. This one was also replaced. And for some reason the previous owner repainted this vehicle really badly, right? If you can see all this paint done really bad. It actually affects the overall look of this vehicle. So bad, but anyway, nothing much can be done for that. But an overall inside, this is the interior. The interior is actually the at least the paneling is much better than my first Pajero. Did they have a dog here? Seems like a lot of but anyway, yeah. And the panel, of course, is not the most the best looking, but still good enough. Still looks quite nice, this panel. Because my first Pajero was, everything was faded, this one, and had to replace it. And this one also came off a little bit. Alright, so a bit loose. And this was given by the guy who sold the Pajero wheels. He said we can just have this, so decided just to take this and use it. So this is from the view from the third row seat. The lining is a bit dirty here. But overall, what do you think? Still not too bad, I think. Except there needs to be a couple of fixes here and there. So again, have not fully decided what to do with this vehicle just yet. Maybe just keep it. Now this is the engine bay. Not the best looking. So you can see this plastic is already gone. And the turbo looks good. Everything is still okay. I don't see any leaks or anything, and so far there's no problem with at least with the engine as far as we know. And I don't know why is this nothing here. And as I said, this vehicle seems to feel more powerful than my other Pajero. So I do not know why. Maybe it's just newer, or maybe it is slightly different configuration. And I think there are two hoses missing here. But overall, this is it. I'm gonna do a couple of more repairs after that. And I know we have already replaced the body mounting. Not the body mounting, sorry, the engine mounting. The engine mounting has been replaced. That's the engine mounting. But for some reason, if you shift to drive, you can feel a lot of vibration. Maybe it's the gearbox mounting that has not been replaced yet. I do not know. But according to Almer, it could be because of the timing is set too low, and maybe that's why there's a lot of vibration as you shift to drive or as you drive the vehicle. Have a look at this vibration in the cabin. So if I shift to D, everything vibrates. So I'm not sure, because the engine mounting has been replaced. Then probably it's the gearbox mounting that we have not checked yet. Right. What do you think? So basically that's the update that I have with this vehicle. Not much difference to the other updates with the first Pajero, and of course this is slightly different Pajero, slightly later model, and the journey is somewhat similar, and hopefully we get to improve it, enhance it, and maybe at one point in time, I don't know, maybe I decide to sell it. I have not fully decided, as I said earlier. So with that, thank you so much for following and subscribing to this channel, and hopefully it helps with your journey of restoring your own Pajero as well, or maybe a journey of you owning your own Pajero too. So with that, thank you so much for everything, and we'll see you in the next video.